Mimir, have you encountered these Norns?
Not personally. Freya's right, they have ways of discouraging visitation. Odin made his share of efforts. Wouldn't talk about what he found. Either he gave up, or he wanted to forget what he saw.
Behind you! Incoming!
Freya, you mind telling us what you experienced when you sought the Norns last time?
To be honest, the details are hazy. Like waking up from a dream. Mainly, I remember that nothing could be done to change my son's fate. Which only made me more determined to try.
Brother, what of your story? You faced the fates of your homeland, yeah? The legends I heard about the ghost of Sparta were surely exaggerated.
Exaggerated?
Oh, not in the brazen bloodshed righteous fury part. The part where it said you travelled back in time itself to win a battle once lost. It's strange credulity, obviously. I mean, a rumour about Thor knocking the world serpent back in history from Ragnarok is one thing.
It is the truth.
Brother, seems the wolves have led us here. I
Quiet.
just hope the Norns are somewhere indoors, and warm. Safe to say, no, I have not missed Midgard in Fimbulwinter. Thank you.
We will see soon enough.
Watch your right!
Enemies on the left!
Incoming fire!
Right side!
Behind you! Incoming! Enemy to your left! The way forward is magically sealed. Something in here is giving it power.
The hilt of a sword.
Brother, I know that sword hilt. Tread carefully. You of all people know how weapons can carry ghosts.
If it does not help us find the Norns, it can wait.
I feel a trace of their illusions here. I can try to dispel it. Open. There's nothing here.
A false trail.
I'm afraid so. We'll have to see what else the wolves can find.
Typical Nornish mischief.
They know we're searching. I warned you they wouldn't make it easy.
And what's the hilt of a cursed king have to do with any of it?
Distraction? Coincidence? Who knows? I suppose they'd say we were fated to find them.
Mimir, the legends you spoke of are true. The threads of fate span all life and time.
Hold on. What's this way?
Let us find out.
An abandoned camp.
Whoever was here left long ago.
What did you find?
A list of provisions needed to prepare a meal.
A recipe? Who left that way out here?
Let's take a look at the ingredients. Perhaps the recipe will lead us to them.
Mimir, the legends you spoke of are true. The Sisters of Fate abused their power. When I challenged them, they threatened to undo my existence.
Ah, I knew I recognized those initials. The Ballad of Yari and Somar.
I'm not familiar.
An old tale, but a good one nonetheless. The carving marks their passage through this realm. We could always try and find the others if you're curious. You were saying the Sisters of Fate abused their power.
They did. So I killed them and turned their power on Zeus.
That's the most dangerous and irresponsible thing I've ever heard. These Norns have no such magic, nor does anyone in these realms that I've ever seen.
Aye, can you imagine? If it existed, Odin would have it. And if Odin had it, we'd be 5 shades more fucked than we are already.
I would not ask them to change the past, even if they could. I only want information.
And that's quite dangerous enough, in my experience. Freya, there's something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to you?
Who?
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason, who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Oh, yes. One of the many occasions Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly habits.
What wager?
I've told this story, brother.
And now she may tell her own.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
Two! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half-drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the mason wants. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected. Dagger stashed in my robe for emergency. And this mason, this giant in disguise,
His name was Hrimthur.
he just smiled to see me. And as you said, he whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir. Now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better and continued.
No more for now. Focus.
I scouted ahead. The lake's crawling with raiders. Be careful.
Thanks for collecting that.
So, Freya, if we might finish this story. How did Hrimthur intend to get revenge on the Aesir for killing his father? Did it have to do with Asgard's wall?
It did. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard Realm Tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall,
It is already Ragnarok.
Aye, blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way.
Let's find your wolves. Get back to tracking the Norns.
Freya, something your brother said. The Aesir burned him.
Yes. We weren't yet at war, but relations with the Vanir and Aesir had been hostile for ages. Freyr got it into his head that he could improve relations by sharing our magic with them. Vanir techniques for bountiful harvests, enough to feed their whole population.
Hold that thought. I think it's about to get violent. Behind you, watch out! Brother, I had a thought. What if we took a stealthy approach to our next battle?
No. Freya, how did your brother come to be burned by the Aesir?
Well, he was trying to improve relations with them by sharing our magic. Getting set on fire was the thanks he got.
It's true. The Aesir were too undisciplined and impatient for the subtlety of Vanir spellcraft.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
Let's see. I feel something. In this direction.
Feel what exactly?
Another illusion. It's coming from this wall. The Norns are hiding something. Kratos, I feel the Norns over here. Are you ready? Open up. Nothing. Another dead end.
A trap!
The Alpha!
More raiders! On your left!
The Alpha!
That's showing him.
That's all of it. You know, this search will only get more dangerous.
Then we keep looking.
Back to the wolves, then.
What is up here?
I don't feel anything. It's not related to the Norns.
Could be interesting enough in its own right.
What's that outpost?
Completed some new blueprints. I think you'll find them useful. Oh, got time to chat?
Mimir, look. Another Fjotalund marking.
Aye, this place must have been part of Sigrun's kingdom. A first outpost preceding further expansion.
Another crane. The Alpha! Good, that's the way!
Another sleeping troll, courtesy of the dwarves. Sad to see Sigrun's homeland in such a terrible state.
You know, Mimir, if you want to take a tour of her kingdom, you might not like everything you find.
Oh, she loved another before me. There are worse things to discover about someone you love.
Yes, there certainly are.
fair few birds you've hunted. I wonder if it might be worth visiting the Raven Tree. That's frost in my neck, Stump! Behind you, brother!
Enemies on the left!
Watch your left! Go out, brother! A musical instrument from your homeland, isn't it? Can you play?
Yes.
Will you?
No.
That wisp is replicating!
Behind you! Incoming!
What's that? Well done.
Maybe those runes can give us a bit of history about this place. That can't be.
It is.
Oh, Mimir. Look, the other half of the key.
I knew those key pieces would fit. Can't wait to see what lock it belongs to.
Enemy behind you! They're ethereal! Trapped by arrows! The Alpha!
King Helge massacred her family just because he couldn't have her. Only her brother, Prince Dogger, survived to kill the Mad King.
Sigrun and her brother had issues over that.
And all the time Sigrun and I spent with each other, she never mentioned anything about this.
Maybe she liked the way you saw her.
How would Atreus get to Asgard?
I'm sorry, but you'd have to ask Odin. He's got control of every path. I know how highly you esteem our expertise on such things, so I'm sure that's disappointing. He's just been one step ahead of us.
The wolves have picked up another trail. Keep following their heads.
Mimir, you may continue. About Freya.
Oh, yes. Well, the Aesir grew all too easily impatient with the subtle agricultural magic Freyr had offered to school them in. So when things went wrong, they blamed their teacher.
So Freya was a guest when Odin burned him?
Not exactly. Odin didn't mind locking Freyr up. He saw the potential of the magic and wanted to know more than how to improve crop yields. It was a mob of lesser Aesir, bitter and short-sighted, who tied him up and lit him aflame as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of.
The wolves lead us here.
We need to work our way up. This way. There. Can you cut a way through the ice?
Oh, are the Norns making magical ice walls now?
No. I think the water just froze.
More of your friends.
I didn't tell them to be here.
Left side, incoming fire!
I don't know what the Norns did to trick all these raiders into guarding them. Not that they have any idea that's what they're doing.
Freya, thank you for your help. I know this was not your focus.
The sooner we find your son, the sooner you'll be able to focus. I just hope it works.
Just the same. Thank you.
A fine sentiment, but write her a bloody note when we're out of the cold, brother.
Okay, I feel something. It's stronger this time. Over here. Open. We found it.
Ah, isn't it always the third place you look? Is everyone hearing that creepy whisper?
It is like an itch in the mind.
It means we've stepped into their domain. Be ready for anything.
Illusions.
Projections, possibly. But assume nothing. There's no telling what manner of creature they've made unwitting guards.
Delightful.
Kratos, Ghost of Sparta, Bane of Olympus, Destroyer of Fate, Cruel Strike, Bringer of War, Weapon of the Gods, turned against his creators. He chases a redemption he knows he can never deserve. He cannot change.
Are we in our own minds yet? He certainly seems real enough.
I hate to tell you, the parts in your mind will be real too. This place almost looks familiar, but different. Like a confused memory.
A rather hostile memory at that.
These fates should know I will not be deterred.
The Vanguard, Master of Magics, Queen of the Valkyries, Witch of the Woods, Frigg of Asgard, Destroyer of all she would hope to protect. She always finds somebody to blame. Cannot change. Mimir of the Aesir,
Ah, here we go.
Counselor to kings, Mary Wanderer of the woods, Robin of the good fellows.
Let me guess. I'm a long-winded know-it-all and I cannot change? See? You forgot smartest man alive! Well, certainly clinks like genuine hack silver. I suppose there's one small consolation to this ordeal. At least we won't have to introduce ourselves.
Don't credit your reputation, Mimir. They see the whole lives of any who approach them.
What is that?
Rogue magic! Aim for the runic core!
Bloody hell! Look at that thing!
It's vulnerable when it glows!
Nicely done! Keep on it!
The Alpha! Kratos, the springs! Bring them down!
The core first, then the spring!